कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. O Lord, your gospel is like nectar and bliss, soured upon the pain-stricken lives of suffering humanity. It dispels all the sins and misdeeds of life. It brings spiritual welfare in life. The spiritual beauty, prosperity and grace spreads through and through one who listens to your holy message. They are the real givers in the world who preach and pronounce the nectar of your message to the suffering humanity. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So, we were reading Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and we are on page 104 and Ramakrishna went to visit Vidyasagar and we are in that conversation. There Vidyasagar was astounded to see the in-depth talk of Sri Ramakrishna and he was silent and the devotee asked, what happens after knowledge of Brahman in Samadhi? When he gets that, after that what happens to him? Does he become speechless or stop? Then Sri Ramakrishna continued, and now he came to the state, last time we read, that Vijnani, there is a state of a Vijnani who sees God everywhere. After experiencing that Brahma Jnana, they come back, they don't die. Some may leave their body after 21 days, that's a special thing. Otherwise everyone is there, they don't die. They come back to give the message, what they have experienced. And they leave that in the state of Vijnana, and that state of after experience, they see the world, they live in the world, but in a different perspective and different way. So he was talking about that Vijnani sees that it is all Brahman. Brahman is the Bhagavan, the personal God, who is beyond the three gunas, is the Bhagavan with his 6 supernatural powers. And he understands that God is endowed with all the 6 supernatural powers. If he were not, who would obey him? So why he keeps this supernatural power expression? Because we ordinary people will see the glory of God through those supernatural powers. So Ramakrishna said, just see how beautiful pictures this universe is. How many things are there, the sun, moon, stars, how many varieties of life, living beings, big, small, good, bad, strong, weak, some endowed with more power, some with less. No? See the beautiful world. Seeing this variety, people will be attracted to it and question who is behind. So that will give them the inspiration to think. That's why they live in this Vijnana state. They see that everything is permeated by that one consciousness. And in good, bad, they may manifest. This purpose is to help us, the ordinary people. Then Vidyasagar put this very important question. Has God endowed some with more power and other with less power? That is the question. Yes, we see in the world, everywhere there is a manifestation of power. Power of, say, intellect, intellectual power. Their psychological power, their power in the physical plane. Spiritual expression differs from different people. Even in Brahma Jnanis, there are one called Brahmavid. There are other higher level, Brahmavid, Baro. Then higher than Brahmavid, Boriyan. Then there is another plane, Varishtha. So there are different levels in every life. Artists, there are among artists so many artists that the top artists are there. There is greater manifestation. In the beauty, in the nature, there are beautiful, many things are beautiful. Extraordinary beautiful thing is there. So it is all God has created this. So now Sri Ramakrishna is answering to that question. That is our reading today on page 104. As the all-pervading spirit, he, means capital, exists in all beings, even in the ant. But the manifestation of his power are different in different beings. Otherwise, how can one person put 10 to a flight while another cannot face even one? And why do all people respect you? That means Vidyasagar. Have you grown a pair of horns? Everyone laughed. You have more compassion and learning. Therefore, people honor you and come to pay to you their respect. Don't you agree with me? So this is the point. God is everywhere. That is true. Brahman is everywhere. But the manifestation is different, no? The electrical wiring is everywhere. But this bulb and this bulb and this bulb all are running because of the electricity. But different manifestation of power. So you can night lamp to 1000 volt, 1000 watt lamp, no? It's both a lamp. But there are higher manifestation and lower manifestation. Supply being the same. The source, the energy being the same. But how you manifest, that's why Swami Vivekananda talked about the manifestation of the divinity already in man. Spirituality means it is no less with you or me or the holy man or unholy man. Everyone are given to the same support of consciousness and bliss. But who manifests that manifestation is how powerful and how less. That depends on the capacity. The same power behind, but the covering is how clear covering or darker covering. So in a darker covering, nothing manifests. And when purer covering comes, compassion, love, holiness, purity manifest spontaneously. And people flock around them. People don't understand. When spirituality glows in one person, people will flock around him. You need not have to do anything. And when it is not, people will come and go away. It is the naturalness of the manifestation of the purity. Not that you have to buy purity from anywhere. It is already here. The joy, you are not to go to collect somewhere and take 1 pound of joy from somewhere else. The joy is, infinite joy is here and now. But we are so much covered with the ignorance and so manifestation is not. And that manifestation is called spiritual life. Our spiritual life is indicated only to manifest that divinity already in man. Each soul is potentially divine, and the goal is to manifest this divine within by whatever controlling nature, internal, external. And that is called religion. So, and when it's fully bloomed, there we call their avatars and others, and then incarnations, and then all the Brahmagyanis, all the knowers of truth. We call Bhagavad Bhakta. You term whatever way. Extraordinary love, extraordinary knowledge, extraordinary purity. Look at Holy Mother. Extraordinarily pure, extraordinarily super sensuous, though they are in the body but not in the body. They manifest that. People are attracted to holiness, that because the holiness is our nature. Where there is any holiness, all will run around that, as Ramakrishna said. Bees will run. The flowers don't send a message or circulate. Oh, I am going to lecture today. Oh, I am a flower here. You come, we are there. And sending some message, they get some inspiration and they respond to that call. They will come. Bees will come. You cannot do anything but that will come. And that where there is the manifestation of purity, there will be more and more attraction for that. And that is the manifestation of divinity. And everywhere there is a manifestation of divinity. Sattvika manifestation, Rajasika manifestation, Tamasika manifestation. All are, say, the brutal power. One person is so brutal and dictating the whole country and destroying the peace of people. It is a power. Hiranyakasipu is power. It's a tremendous power. King Herald is power. And how it is utilizing the power, because of the tamasa nature, it gives a wrong direction. And it is sattvico, it gives a uplifting. Avatars come out of compassion and they are crying and weeping. No? All the incarnations come, they suffer for the suffering of people. And at the same time, there are people who are very happy to torture you. If they make you cry, then there will be their joy. They will be exceedingly happy. That is a manifestation of power. Both are power. But that is the Brahma-Gyanis, they have removed all the coverings and they have become so crystal clear that inner light comes out from their personality, from their presence, from their words. No? Vivekananda moved in this world, no? An embodiment of purity and love. No? Heart full of love and delivering the eternal truth to everyone, anyone coming in front of him. Whether he didn't actually judge much. Vedanta, you go to study Vedanta, they will say, you need the prerequisites are so many before you study your Vedanta. We don't care for this nowadays. We are at the beginning, who am I go at the very beginning. I am Brahman, that one stroke. But in scripture, you have to adhikari too. Vedanta sir will say. But the competent student is, who is that? And then a long list. And then we don't qualify for them. But those who qualify and go there and they manifest that, then they will be manifesting the glory of God. Through them it will manifest. So Sri Ramakrishna says, power is everywhere, but power is manifested less or more because of this, their intensity of search for the truth and the clearness of the darkness of the mind. So he says that all pervading spirit. You want to say anything?
I want to ask a question, Swami.
Yeah.
Sir, you mentioned here in a Kashyap like that. So evil power also, there's a differences in the evil. So is it considered less manifestation if someone is more evil? Or?
If you say that it is darker manifestation, or manifestation you don't see, tamas quality means darkness, rajas quality means little arrogance, and that manifest, and sattvika means purity.
Sattvika is higher, it's not necessarily the power or magnitude.
Yeah, but if you come to the creation, the three gunas you have to take, accept the three gunas. Otherwise creation will not happen. Only pure sattva, pure gold, no ornament can be created. You need to put some alloy. Ramakrishna, pure gold. But he has to put some alloy. I will drink water, that is their alloy. And for us, I want this, I want that, I said this, I have this, I like it, I don't like it, this is this. And we are crying and weeping for holding on this. And that is the difference between this sattvika quality and then rajas tamas, that much for God or the holy people. As much holiness, that much sattvika quality manifest. Jada Satti Vividhetu in the Gita. When the Sattva Guna manifests in one, then all these good qualities, daya, love, compassion, is spontaneous. They cannot help it. They will die for others. They will do good to others. They be persecuted, but they will not give up. So this is the nature of gunas. And beyond the guna, the truth is the same. When it comes through percolates through the gunas, naturally their manifestations are different. That's why Ramakrishna said that all pervading spirit, as that he exists, God exists, or Brahman in all beings. Even in the ant, even the little crawling ant, the consciousness in that. What is the difference between consciousness in you and me? Swami Vivekananda said in one place that it's a railway engine, big railway engine on the railroad. But it is a machine. But you see a crawling one ant on the railroad, feels the vibration, he makes his way out. He has the willpower developed there. That much is manifestation of Brahman. Right from the ant, you see the mosquitoes or the spiders. Look at any very microscopic area. You put some obstacle, it makes its way out. There is that energy, there is that power. But the manifestation is 1 degree. And in giant tiger and lion and this, manifestation is different. But this energy is behind the same. We take this same electric line, high tension line, no? We all bring line to our home. And all the house lighting is done because of that light. So that supply line is constantly there, whether you know it or not. All the computers are working because Wi-Fi is here. If the Wi-Fi is not there, not your computer will work or not my computer will work. So after that now you can be sattiko, what are you looking, sattiko things or rajasiko things or tamasiko, that's you. The energy being the same, manifestation, what type of film you want to see, what type of information you are seeking for. So that depends on the 3 gunas, according to the taste and temperament. That's why when you click one, look Swami Sarvadevananda, and listen a little bit and then go for another, so many sets will come. They know what is your liking. So if someone likes to have some thriller movie, okay, all thriller will come. So tamas, rajas, sattva, sattva, it is source is the same. So it is the power behind power. We are all connected with Satchidananda power, Brahman. Otherwise, how can one person, that's why one person is fighting with others and put him, and another person cannot even do anything. And also, Vidyasagar is a person, even Ramakrishna, God himself has come to see him. He says, why did I come to see you? Because you have extraordinary, is a man with 2 horns, is a zoo that I come to see you. Because of very extraordinary charitable mentality, your heart, noble heart, you pay attention to everyone's suffering and misery, is so great, that's why. Vidyasagar smiled then and said, the master continued, there is nothing in mere scholarship. The object of study is to find man means of knowing God and realizing Him. A holy man had a book. When asked what is contained, he opened it and showed that all the pages were written with the word Om, Rama and nothing else. What is the significance of the Gita? It is what you find by repeating the word 10 times. It is then reversed into tagi, which means a person who has renounced everything for God. And the lesson of the Bhagavad Gita is, O man, renounce everything and seek God alone. Whether a man is a monk or a householder, he has to shake up all attachment from his mind. So this is a very important teaching, no? You are monk, you are householder, we make this distinction. But spirituality is, everyone will have to pay the same price. You want to get a good commodity? If a monk goes to shopping place and purchase the item, the price is the same. Whether you go purchase or I go price is the same. Spirituality is the point. To reach that, you are a householder path, it's a monastic path, no concession. That everything should be no desire for anything but God. That is called God realization. Because you are a Gerua, a monk, you are excelled. That is not so easy. It's the same total renunciation. Holy Mother's idea. Even a fiber in the thread will not pass through the needle, eye of the needle. So that is the purity, and sadhana, spirituality will have to be practiced, and mind should be purified. Everyone must have to get out of their own ego, own pride, own lower conditions of the mind to rise above that. Unless that, spirituality is a child's play. So he says, what is significant, there is nothing is in scholarship Reading books, everyone can read. Scholars read much more than we know. All the philosophical professors, they are debating day and night, no? They are great intellectual beings. But Sri Ramakrishna said, no, intellectualism is not there. Shankaracharya says, nahi nahi rakshati dukkring karane. Bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja mudhamate. Fool you, bhajo, do, bhajan, pray, chant the name of God unceasingly, no? Day and night. So scholarship it's good, it is not bad. It removes the intellectual doubts and confusions. But more is for sadhana, the mantra, practice, and to look at the character, whether I am improving in my character. That is very important thing. People don't look at that. People think that we are going to temple or doing japa or only doing meditation. Unless the character changes, something is wrong. Japa meditation is good, but it is not bringing the net result. Why? Because there is some hole. As Ramakrishna's story goes, no? The farmer wanted to bring water in his area, field, and he worked hard whole day and brought the water, and ultimately at the end the city water is all gone. Where did it go? The holes are there. That means very spiritual life is alertness, to see where my energy is going draining out, and all this effort is going into vain. Why? That means awareness. That says that Sri Ramakrishna said that you say this main thing is to do prayer and meditation. There is nothing mere in scholarship. Object of study is to be found by means of knowing God and then realizing Him. And the holy man's book says it is Rama, Rama, Rama. Meaning, there is nothing else. You are not to read the entire book. Only know Rama and call upon his name. Very simple. But maybe scholarship is also necessary to go to that. But that is not, it is a secondary details. It is not primary. Primary is practice, lovingly practice. And he says, Tyago, Gita, and is Sri Ramakrishna's unique way of expressing. Gita, Tagi. Tagi and Tyagi are all the same. Tag dhatu, ghang, pratyay. And then that makes this Tyago. Tyago and Tago, scholarly way they have explained that it means the same. Renounce. Only renounce. What to renounce? Renounce is a negative term. We all get afraid about renunciation. But renunciation is loving God. What is renunciation? Renounce what? Renounce what is momentary, renounce what is temporary, renounce what is evanescent, and love what is permanent, what is eternal, what is unchanging. Simple thing. And that we call God. You call Rama, you call Krishna, you call Buddha, you call Ramakrishna, or you call Brahman, all in the form or formless aspect. To have intense love. Sadhus mean parama prema rupa. In the Narada Bhakti Sutta says, the parama prema. Prema means love. Prema means not ordinary love. Prema means divine love. And that parama, and then another adjective is given, parama means supreme love, superlative love, that intense love for God and God alone. That is called prema, and that prema leads to God realization. For a monk's ideal, not this, that means nothing but Satchidananda. So same truth, approach is two ways. Bhakto approaches one way, Jnani approaches another way. Sri Ramakrishna said, but whatever you do, you have to practice that. As a bhakto, you practice your bhakti practice. And that bhakti practice is renunciation. Why our meditation is not everyday's joy? Why? What do we meditate? When we close our eyes, we meditate upon what? We want to meditate on Ramakrishna. But where mind roams around? At the end of our, when you are standing up from meditation, just pause a moment. Oh, what did I do so long? You see, assess. You will find the real in the helpless condition. Because it is not there. It is not renounced. It is hanging on to the things which I like or dislike. Two things. I hang on to the things which I like, and I hang on to the things which I dislike. So dislikes and dislikes, these two things, when mind is engaged, it doesn't go to God. So this is the one important point to understand, that renunciation is the foundation of spiritual life. Renunciation is not giving away, but achieving something higher. Always keep in mind that renunciation word apparently looks like I am giving up, and it is something dedication, and I am to give up. How shall I live without that? No, it is not that. It is achieving something higher, getting something greater, and ignoring something which is less important of that. So this is the renunciation idea. And renunciation is the foundation of bhakti. Renunciation is the foundation. We say, no, bhakti is very sweet. Everything you enjoy as God. But do you think, when you take the prasad, are you thinking it is Lord's prasad? Tongue says it is good food. So mind, God goes away, renunciation there, God is renounced there. Our tongue comes back. So question should be renounced, but that's why Bhakta does not care for which food you are given. He has no time to think about that. It is prasad. Buddha didn't have any time to think about what food is given, and what is come from bhiksha is pure, and it's been finished. So that is the point, that renunciation is necessary. Only as much mind goes to God, that much renunciation is spontaneous. Our renunciation is not spontaneous. Spontaneous renunciation is the highest category of renunciation. That means you got something, naturally you give up. You are in a job, this I give the example again and again. You are in a job, you are getting 60,000. You get an offer of 80,000. You don't cry, why shall I give up 65,000? I am renouncing this, I should not do. Hurry, I got 80,000. When you get 80,000, it is renounced already. Your mind says, okay. And the mind immediately plans, okay, I will move to this office, I will go this. Next planning starts. So renunciation is receiving something. And God is the source of all joy. That's why when we can come close to God, then all other things will fall back. Actually, we do not know what is joy, what is God. When we get little taste of worldly thing, then we feel that it is great. But that is so momentary and so passing. But a touch of that holiness, touch of that purity, if it comes, then that will automatically make the mind feel that it's all meaningless, all useless. So, but Vedanta student will take that path. No, I am to renounce. I know it is temporary. I don't care for it. I want for the eternal. I am Satchidananda. I am not. And then bhakti will be saying, no, God is everywhere. Why not try to see God in everywhere? And serve them and think them you are serving God. It's a sadhana. Then Karma Yoga will say, or Vedantic principle of thinking will be talking about that. So, this question of renunciation, very important point, is that's why it says, O man, renounce everything and seek God alone. That is the lesson of the Gita is. In Ramakrishna's way, thinking, you read the entire Gita, okay. You memorize all these verses, you can chant, that's good, it's a good practice. But until it is connected with renunciation, this chanting is only mere show. How I can chant better than you. How I have memorized so many chapters. Again I forget though. One time we, with all enthusiasm, memorize and not practicing, then it goes away. So, but if we forget everything, but the teaching of Gita is renunciation. And renunciation is loving God intensely and less attraction for other things. Less and less and less. The way I used to see at the world before, by spiritual practice, unless I feel distaste for those things, there is no spiritual growth. So that's why it is self-assessment. That self-assessment is necessary. That we are doing japa meditation for what? To achieving higher goals, higher and higher and higher and higher. Endless. God is endless because infinite. God is infinite. So, whether a man is a monk or a householder, he has to shake off all attachment from his mind. Ultimate for highest realization, it will have to give up. That means renunciation. Swami Vivekananda coined the word, no? Renunciation and service. These are the two national ideal of India. From the very beginning, India is established on this principle that renunciation, you renounce and serve others. Many people are renouncing. I renounce. And I don't think of anybody. I think of myself only. I eat and sleep and do and this. And that is not accepted as a principle of spirituality. And that's why there's Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, see how he's established this organization. You will be renouncing. No property belongs to you. This house belongs to Lord. You are living in a car, that car belongs to the Lord. The ashrama, or you call ashrama in the gross term, real term it belongs to Lord. You are only given to serve Him. So service is that's why Swamiji coined this renunciation and service. Your renunciation is meaningless. Your renunciation is selfishness if it is not going to help others. Your own spiritual life will be meaningless unless it helps others. So, how will you help others? Maybe you will not give some money or any other physical thing. No, your presence will give them. Your life will give them something. And that's why building up the character is the important point. And renunciation parallel is the service. And that is Ramakrishna order established like that. You renounce everything, knowing everything belongs to God, and serve. Don't look back for your own pleasure. Don't look for your own needs. Even ignore that if it is a question of sacrifice comes. Okay. Oh, that story, remember? Then when there was a flood in one part of Bengal, it's called Medinipur. And then Baburam Maharaj, Swami Premananda, went to the dining hall and he got the news that there is urgent need. Many people are washed away and they need immediate service and help. Then he announced, get ready. They are never prepared, just you are eating. Get ready, there is a flood, you will have to get ready and go after immediately make your bag and bed and get ready to go to this particular place to serve. And then all assembled. Then he said, okay, then what shall you do? What shall you do? What? You are all going to do the relief. What will you do? Everyone said, I'll do what? I'll do whatever I get, whatever item we have in our stock. We'll try to distribute that. No. What will you give? I will give. If they are getting puzzled, what shall I give? I get some clothing, I give some clothing. If I get some food, I will give some food. Whatever supply comes, we'll give them. Well, no, I'm asking what you will give. People are forgetting that. Relief means as we do. I give so much pound of rice or pound of dal or some clothing or utensils, no? What you are giving? Are you giving your heart? Love. He will give you love. He said, Babu Rama said, you are giving parer jinis porke dilchis. You are giving, someone gave something and you are handing over to other. What you are giving? You are giving your love. You feel you are blessed that you are serving someone. Everything comes in charity, and whenever there is a flood, a fire. So many people donated this, that, and it's going, no? Someone can say, I have given this man money, and some organization is collecting that money and giving. But the organization should not think we are doing what a great job and great name. You are giving the things given by others and you are handing over to another person. What you are giving? Time. Huh? Time. That's useless. You can use that time for so many purposes. People use that time for so many meaningless purposes. No. So you are you are not giving anything. You are giving your heart, love. That is called spiritual giving. Yes, materially you can give your time. You can say that yes, I give my pleasure of rest. I am really tired. I'm tired. I'm dead tired, but still I'm doing it. So you can glorify yourself that way. But that is not giving. As mother gives for the baby, no? They give everything. There is no condition. No condition. I give this, and I have given. No, you have not given anything unless you give your heart, your love, your feeling, your emotions, your gratitude. That you are fortunate. I am fortunate to give away. No, it is given a fortune. So renunciation, and service. So these are the two ideas. No, whether a man is a monk or a householder, he has to shake off all attachments from the mind and to just practice this renunciation. Chaitanya Dev set out on a pilgrimage to the southern India. One day he saw a man reading the Bhagavad Gita, the Gita. Another man seated at a distance was listening and weeping. His eyes were swimming in tears. Chaitanya Dev asked him, "Do you understand all this?" The man said, "No, revered sir, I don't understand a word of the text." Then why are you crying? Asked Sri Chaitanya. The devotee said, "I see Arjuna's chariot before me. I see the Lord Krishna and Arjuna seated in front of it and talking. I see this and I am weeping." So it's called the more important than reading or chanting is to see God. He's saying it's an unusual story. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to the pilgrimage in the southern India, and he's seeing that one Pandit is teaching like me, a Panda, a little intellectual. So he's reading, and he's listening to that, and his tears are streaming in the eyes, and the guy is totally overwhelmed. Then Sri Chaitanya asked that he is an ordinary person, he have never read the Bhagavad Gita, so he does not know Sanskrit. Does he understand why he is weeping? He's a crazy guy, no? Why he is weeping? But he is a real devotee. You forget about what is teaching. You see God. Krishna is standing. Krishna is giving the advice. Arjuna is sitting there over there, and this advice is giving. Seeing Krishna, he is weeping with love. So this is called spirituality. This is called real study. You need not, what Ramakrishna is indicating, we need not be all scholars. We need not have to know all the philosophies of the world. But lovingly, with pure heart, praying and practicing renunciation and this service attitude, we can have this result. This poor man have not a high opportunity to go to school to learn Sanskrit or to go to the scholars, or his life situation didn't allow him to do anything that way, so-called spirituality. But his heart is so simple. He doesn't understand anything. He says, "Oh, Gita, Bhagavan, Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna's advice to Arjuna." And he is so simple-minded. In his mystic vision, he can see Krishna himself, and is overwhelmed with that. So that means make the mind pure. That is the question. Only in the pure heart God reveals the truth. Why does a beginning keep an attitude of love towards God? Because Ramakrishna is that, no? Now and then going to Kali Mandir and clapping the hand and ma, 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 sometimes singing a song and going. Whole day, almost an intoxicated man. Why is that? That's why he said, why does a beginning keep an attitude of love towards God? Why? They can think of other things, but there is no other thing for them, because their every heart, every beat of their personality is saturated with the God consciousness. Every pore of the body is charged with that consciousness, charged with that bliss. So they cannot see anything. So they see, the example is given, what happens when jaundice happens, then you see the whole world, what is? Yellow, no? Yellow. That means the disease has entered into your system in such a way that it is making you see everywhere that color. It has become a part of the constitution. But in conversation, in contrast to a glass, if it is a yellow glass, then you can see yellow everywhere. But that has not been integrated with your life. But it is when it becomes a part of our life, this thinking of God becomes absorbing. We nowadays said absorbing in retreat, absorbing experience. Absorbing experience means actually you lose your identity into that consciousness. So that type of depth, when it comes, then you feel the joy everywhere in your. So that will be beginning. That's why this keeps an attitude of love towards God. Answer is that I consciousness there remains. It disappears in a state of samadhi only, no doubt, but it comes back. In the case of ordinary people, that I never disappears. You may cut down the ashwatha tree, but the next day sprouts will shoot. That is the all lap. So this difference between a Brahmajnani and that's called the Vijnana, who has attained the Vijnana state, and ordinary person is that our consciousness never go beyond our little ego. And their consciousness never comes down from that cosmic ego. You see the cosmic ego everywhere, and this ego abolished. So, but ordinary people, he has given the example. In case of the people, for a samadhi person, this ego dissolves, disappears. But for ordinary people like us, our ego does not go. Now you say, oh, I have no ego. But I, you say, that means ego is again sprouting. You cut the branches. In the tree, you cut the branches, no? One branch you cut, then you will find another twig is coming this side. And you cut that, another twig is coming that side. That is, the ego never leaves us. That's why Ramakrishna said, let the rascal I, let it be the rascal I, the Swami, I am the servant I. Not this I, egocentric, I understand, I know, I this, I. Whole day, how many times have we say I? And I, in that word I, identifying with this body, mind and emotions, no? But when I can identify myself with God, with divinity, with purity? How many moments we do? That is a question to put ourselves. We want to go to the Vijnana state, but we are living in the state of I world. And all the sufferings is in the I. As soon as you forget your I, there is bliss. No? In deep sleep you go every night. Where goes your suffering? Where goes your all experiences of sadness or whatever? It's gone. Because I is just absent. Absent means to your consciousness. And now, whenever we are involved into the I, all disputes, all conflicts. And as the I becomes purer, as Ramakrishna says, Bhakta's I, Bhakta ego, all the Bhakta. If the Bhakta all joins together, sing and dance together, they forget their I. Where you find joy? The two Bhaktas will be fighting with each other. But suppose you go in a situation and all are dancing and singing in the name of God, then you forget yourself. You can dance joy and enjoy the bliss of the dancing with all. Whom you don't like, dislike, he is also dancing and you are also dancing. Because the I is getting abolished. How to destroy the I? But we pamper our I. Our glory is that we pamper our I. And we are proud of our I. And that's why Swami Vivekananda says, individuality. I understand. I know. Yes, I, so. Then go on, I. Until it brings out the real I. This I will be constantly following us. No, it is we are helpless because we are associated with this I, so many births together. And we understand this is me, I. Either this body or the mind or my emotions, my understanding, my thing. I understand more than you. You are wrong, I am right. My seeing is right, your right seeing is wrong. And my understanding, my work, my philosophy, my, me, my. Ahamidam, mamaidam. Iti naisargiko ang loko vyavaharo. Shankaracharya coined these two words, ahamidam, mamaidam. Not many, he don't go to understand philosophy, too many things. Shankaracharya's a very important commentary, the ahamidam mamaidam iti naisargiko ang loko vyavaharo. In the loko vyavaharo, in a plane of our daily behavioral world, ahamidam, two things are working. I and mamaidam, mine. I and mine. Everything mine is good. Everything yours is bad. Everything I is good. Your I is bad. So, this is the struggle, no? And this I should be abolished. As I say, really simply, when Hare Krishna people you go and when they really sing and dance together, don't you think that they have no animosity among themselves? But when they dance together, they can jump 1 inch, 2 inch, 5 inch, 10 inch, and they all enjoy the bliss. No? Because their I is all concentrated in the music or in the thought of God or in somewhere it is disappear. See, the joy of spiritual life is we can get every day if we remove our ego. As just you can remove your own way of looking, just put it back yourself as an observer. Or dissolve the I. Dissolving I is the best thing, which can happen in samadhi or in meditation, dissolving our little, forget your body, forget your mind, forget what you are thinking, all this, and focus in one, and go to absorb. Still ego is there. So, and ego will ultimately get merged into that, and then big I, small I, the upper bird and the lower bird, and going closer and closer and closer, and enters into it. And you don't see the lower bird at all. Lower bird vanishes. Where does it go? It goes in its own home. And that is the big I. And that is the state. One becomes Brahmajnani. Big Jnani. So, these big Jnanis, they keep, Brahmajnanis, they keep this attitude. But they keep the attitude of I, that's a pure I. Unripened ego and ripened ego, Ramakrishna talks about too. Our ego is unripened ego. That's why it is in conflicting and it's painful to us. But what Ramakrishna is talking about, the pure I or ripened I. Ripened I, after Brahmajnana, they come back, they keep some ego. Ramakrishna kept some ego. He used to sleep maybe half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 24 hours, enough. But he used to sleep. He used to eat something. He used to talk. He used to do all the human behavior. But it was totally egoless. But that ego is a little bit ego. I do not know anything, Mother knows. Every time you go to him, he is not talking about I, and he could not say I even. This, he used to indicate this body as this. I say my body, I. This is he could not use the word I. In the whole gospel you will find very few reference of I. So even after attainment of the knowledge, this I consciousness comes up. Nobody knows from where. You dream a tiger, then you awake, but your heart kept palpitating. All our suffering is due to this I. Swami Ramakrishna said, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. All the rubbish in our life will be wiped out if I is killed. That's a cross also. What is cross? I cut. Cut the I. That's a good explanation of cross. Symbolizing cutting your little ego. And when you cut your little ego, then you are a child of God. All our suffering is due to this I. The cow cries hamba, which means I. That is why it suffers so much. It is yoked to the plough and made to work in rain and sun. Then it may be killed by the butcher. From this, its hide, shoes are made, and also drums, which are mercilessly beaten. Laughter. Still it does not escape suffering. At last strings are made out of the entrails from the bowl used in carding cotton. Then it no longer says hamba, hamba, I, but it says tuhu, tuhu, thou, thou. Only then are its troubles over. O Lord, I am thy servant. Thou art the master. I am thy child. Thou art the mother. So that I then transforms into this I. So spiritual life is cutting the ego. That ego means God's ego. Our ego is there. This is ego connected with our achievement, our failures, our success, our knowledge, our ignorance, all this connected with this small I. But this small I should be destroyed. It should be pushed into the big I, the unchanging I, God's I. And that's why he said, this I, last word is very important, that I am the servant. O Lord, I am your servant. You are the master. I am the child. You are the mother. Like that. Hanumanji said. So he is dasosmi. Deho buddhya. So long I am in the world, moving in the world, I have a consciousness of the body. Deho buddhya. Dasosmi. Not I, O Lord, thou. So you guide me. And when my consciousness I can go up another level, I think, oh, no, I am not separate from you. You are the infinite, cosmic reality. I am a spark of that. Cosmic light, and I am a spark of that light. And go further, I am that, and there is no separation. So these are the three spiritual attitudes where I is totally transcended. See, I is still in dualistic way. I is there. Okay, so long you are in duality, eating, sleeping way, you say, oh Lord, I am your servant. Please make me your servant. Take my service, what I can do. And when the mind goes a little higher, no. He is there and I am in him. He is the infinite ocean. I am a little drop of water. So I am a part of it. I am a wave. I am a little wave. I am a little ripple in the infinite ocean of consciousness. I am a part. I am not away. I am not separate. And then goes, no. I am H2O. And I am that. So these are the three states. But it is the process of cutting this I to zero. From how even living in the world, Hanumanji showed us the path that we can live in three consciousness. Sometimes in this level, sometimes in another level. That means remain in God consciousness. And that will help to destroy the small I. Once Rama asked Hanuman, how do look on me. The Hanuman replied, O Rama, as long as I have the feeling of I see that thou art the whole, I am a part. Thou art the master, I am thy servant. But when, O Rama, I have the knowledge of truth, then I realize thou art I, and I am thou. Tattamasi aham brahmasmi. Vedanta. This relationship of the master and the servant is the proper one for us, we ordinary people. We can say, I am that, but there is a risk of saying that and not following that. When I say, I am that, you should behave like that. I am that, no? They should not be in the petty world. Steeped in petty world and talking about that, better to say, I am your servant, O Lord. Please help me, please guide me, please hold my hand. I am your child, I am your dependent, no? So thy servant, I am thy servant. But when, O Rama, I have the knowledge of truth, that's the higher level, then I realize that thou art I am thou. This relationship of master and servant is a proper way one, since this I must remain, let the rascal be God's servant. You cannot get out of the ego. Then you say, let the rascal stay. Okay, I stay, but stay as a servant of God. Not as your own. You are the, don't take the responsibility of the entire world and correcting others. Rather, you correct your I. So, in another sense, we read from Gospel that you can redesign your I consciousness. What I think about I, what I am thinking today, that is only in a materialistic plane I am separating totally from God. But that can be made a spiritual journey, that ego can be plunged into the absolute if we move on like this. Okay? So, we end here our Gospel reading. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Some questions come from online, but not from here, because today we are many of you are here because of some guests. Otherwise we are only 3-4 people, so that's why most question comes online. Someone is putting the question, Ramakrishna said one must practice spirituality to grow in spirituality. Does intellectual understanding of spirituality help in any way for spiritual growth? Yes, I have already discussed this. Spiritual growth, intellectual understanding is one good. Otherwise people will be emotional. Not exercising your intellect, then it will be one where the spiritual life may be misguided. Anything can be taken as a spiritual sadhana. So it should be, intellect should be also made sharp and understand and what is right, what is wrong, and that training is necessary for the mind. So scriptural reading, intellectual understanding is helpful. But that should not be the only means to realize or make our mind pure. The bhakti, upasana, more practice is necessary. Another question, in complete works of Swami Vivekananda, he says that you must liberate the whole universe before you leave this body. Then only you will be established in the eternal truth. Is that an exaggerated statement? Yes, Swami, go to the lines before what Swami Vivekananda said this. First you must liberate the whole world, but you being first liberated. You first become a billionaire and then try to make the whole world billionaire by your charity. Because when you become like that, what happens? You get connected with the supply line. You become the source of inexhaustible energy. So very important point, yes, Buddhas and Christs And Ishvara Kotis, they come only for that purpose. No? They are liberated, they have no need. But they come on God's will to lead a life and show us a life and give that bountiful gift to the whole society where people are suffering in pain and agonies and all these life's turmoils. So, yes, Swamiji says, giving up the inspiration, do something good for the world. Why you think of he said sometimes, even if you seek your salvation, you will go to hell. Swamiji is very inspirational there. He's talking, so much emphasis is doing good for others, serving others, dedicating your life for others should be so intense, you forget whether you don't get liberation. What does it matter? But be selfless, be egoless, be dedicated to others. So that is the key point. And that, but for really, you take it literally, so literally then you have to first be a powerful distributor. But how to powerful distributor, if your stock should be enough, no? How will you say, you go to the Amazon storehouse, how much is stock there? And so anything comes, all the robots are going and collecting this number and putting this. Constant supply is going on. And the stock is so much, it is inexhaustible stock. So God's stock is inexhaustible, but one will have to have first, then possess that. I'm the possessor. You should have pocket money in your pocket. How will you put charity dollars in others unless you have in your pocket? So you first realize the highest, and then God will make you an instrument. That time you need not have to plan. We all plan. I'll have to change the world. No, I'll write this book and I'll change the whole world. I will put this thought in the world. It will be a new thought. It's a new way of thinking in the world. No one has thought. Okay? All do. But you will find 8.4 billion people. No one cares for you. Even 10 people may care, 20 people will criticize. And you may be very famous with a, what is called the publishing a book, bestseller, one. This year, one. Second year, someone will come again. So there is no such thing. So we'll have to do where you should have to connect with the inexhaustible supply energy that is within. First, that is the point, and then giving will be coming next. And that time you need not have to think. God will make you an instrument. He will do his thing. Swami Vivekananda says, Ramakrishna put into me Ma Kali. What he's called Ma Kali, he put into me. And that she is making me restless, running from one corner to the other corner. Don't allow me to sleep at all. No sleep, no rest. Pushing me, guiding me day and night. No? So God will guide their hand. Not this small ego will not say, I will do this. They may say so, but from the heart of their hearts, they know that is God is telling them to do something. Another question, sometimes we do some wrong or sinful actions without realizing it. Is committing sin without realizing and committing sin knowing full well is the same thing? If I have done some sin without realizing thing, do I have to suffer the full karma like what I do sin knowing full well? A very critical question. Let me see. If I put my finger in the fire, knowingly, how it will burn. If I do not know it, but put the finger in the fire, someone like that, burning will be the same. But your pain will be less and more because your consciousness, willingly or unwillingly, that will make a reduced little bit. But every action will have its reaction. No? So karma will have, as karma theory says, karma will have its effect. But unconsciously if you do, it's less impact, as we understand. An innocent child, playing with a gun and just triggered anyway. and it hit the mom, and mom died. The baby, maybe 5 years, boy or girl, what will be the punishment for the baby? It will be the same as an adult willingly doing something, no? So that will be difference. Punishment may be little less because unconsciously, but work has its consequences. That I cannot say whether it will be totally. But anyhow, my point is this: consciously or unconsciously we do, it has its effect, but unconsciously doing will have less impact because I am not aware of that. But effect, suppose I am aware that I am taking some food, that it will not suit my system. If I am not aware and take that food, and my system does not suit, will it not have a reaction in the body? In the physical level it will happen. But when your mind is something lifted in another plane, maybe that pain is happening in the body and someone gets some immediate medicine and that reduces quickly. Someone gets to start the medicine one day afterwards. No? Suffer in between. So these are all consequences. Maybe the item may be the same, but experiences may be different according to their, I think, conscious movement or unconscious movement. Normally you say unconscious movement is less to give the impact. Unconscious movement. You do japa consciously, and you can feel that joy if you are concentrated and repeating the mantra every word and feeling what it means, mantra artha. Tad japa tad artha bhavanam. If you do it, you will enjoy more. And we do. And mind is here and there, so we don't enjoy. See, look at that. The effect, is the effect same? No, difference is there. One you are doing with full concentration, your whole mantra, every word you are talking, and you are visualizing that, or you are feeling that, or the Ishta Devata you are thinking as the meaning of that mantra, and you are focusing that. Your mind is so much engaged in it, and you find concentrated mind gives you joy. And now I am repeating the mantra and rolling the wheel, but my mind is where it is going on, we do not know. We don't enjoy that. That's why after doing japa we get tired. After joy, after prayer and meditation, you will be all full of beaming face. Will feel so much charm and joy. But why not? Because mind does not get connected there. That's why awareness is not there. The ego is very subtle. It goes out again and identifies itself with objects. How to renounce this ego? Can ego be discarded? Do we have to work around ego to stay witnessing? There are many ways of witnessing, reducing the ego. As just we read, Sri Ramakrishna said, to say that I am your servant ego. Oh Lord, I am yours. You are my boss. I am doing for you. Guide me, guide my intellect. So that ego, dasami. And then another ego reduction is that I am not this body, I am infinite. That also you are getting out of the ego. This ego, middle ego which we are carrying, is giving us all so much suffering. If I say I am not this ego, I am that infinite connection with the infinity will dissolve this ego. So the example of Ramakrishna, Vivekananda's example. Mahamaya wanted to tie into Maya the Swami Vivekananda. And he said, I am that. And the Mahamaya, the rope she brought, she could not tie with that because she becomes so big. And then again Mahamaya brought little more added rope to it. But that's him, I am that. So he becomes, I am that, so big that Mahamaya could not find any rope to bind him. That means his little ego merged into the cosmic ego. And then the Nag Mahasaya, he was a devotee. He used to say, oh Lord, everything is yours. He said, I am yours, I am yours. So he said, I'm nothing, I'm nothing, I'm nothing. So mother tried to tie him. But he She could not find a small thread. His ego, he passes through that ego, runs away from that ego, and becomes so small, mother could not tie him also. So in zero, I am nobody, 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 oh Lord, you are everything, you are everything. This I is reduced to zero, and I is forgotten, this I am infinite. In both ways, in the path of jnana, path of bhakti, it is possible. Even path of meditation, you forget your body. You need not have to do any effort. You sit for meditation, forget about that's why asana, strong sit, then you sit and then focus your, whatever Guru has told, follow that and just get absorbed. You will forget that you are a body. When absorption will come, someone will call you, you will not hear. That means you are getting into your divine I and forgetting this relative I. So that is the way of another meditation path. Karma yoga path. I am doing for it is not for any benefit of myself. It is for service to God, service to God. Forget I. If you remain your I, then you are not doing niskama karma. So here also I. So I is to be renounced. And all renounce, everything we can renounce, but I cannot renounce my I. That's the last Mondays. That's why it is said, Annomayo, Pranomayo, Manomayo, Vijnanomayo, Anandamayo, Atma me, Shuddhantam. Let all these levels be purified. Annomayo, physical body, I am not the body. On Pranomayo, the pranic energy, all the whole body, Prano. Manomayo, mind, is purified. And I am not this. Anandamayo, Vijnanomayo, I am intellectual person. I understand this. This is right, this is wrong. Go beyond that, and when it is purified, then you come to the last I, Anandamaya. This is the ego, I, only I remains. So when that is purified, that's why I said, I am not all this. They may suddhantam. Let all this be purified. I am what? Jyoti raham. I am only Jyoti. Viraja. I am bereft of all dust and dirt or ignorance. Be papma. I am free from all sins. Bhuya sagum. Let me be like that. That's the meditation people do. To reduce I on level. Okay? Thank you all. Good night. It is 8:45 now. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Tomorrow is Mahendranath Swami will be giving the class on Patanjali Yoga at 7:30 tomorrow. Thank you.